Yo, this is SoulDrum86 bringing you another video. I haven't really been dropping too much WWE 2K content lately because I really haven't been playing it. I will be playing it again when the WCW pack comes out. I'm curious to see the looks of the characters. I'm pretty sure we're going to get the American Lex Luger, like American made, red, white, and blue. Because he was in 2K before and it was his WCW look with the black tights and white boots and all of that stuff. So we'll see, because they teased his involvement in the game by showing the Lex Express. So I'm assuming it's going to be that Lex Luger. So I'm excited to play with him and Mr. Perfect. It kind of sucks that we had to buy them again because they were in 2K before. I'm really not a big fan of when they do stuff like that. And they've done it multiple times. Multiple times with this game. They have done that with this franchise, I should say, where the people will be in a game and then they won't be in the game. You know what I mean? Like they'll be in the game, they won't be in the game for a long time, and then eventually they bring them back, but they're back as DLC, and it's like, man, Mr. Perfect was in the game 2 years in a row. Now he's coming back, and we gotta buy him again. It kind of sucks. I feel like DLC should be reserved for characters if it's their first time being in the game. I think that's the only time that you should really have to pay for a character. Just my opinion. But yeah, I have not purchased the Bray Wyatt DLC pack. I have no interest in paying more money for towards this game. I got the season pass. I got the deluxe edition of the game, so it included the season pass with the price. So anything extra, I'm sorry, I just cannot do. Especially for a game, how I feel about 2K just in general. It's like I'm uninterested in the game less and less as more time goes on. And I've spent a lot of time on this channel comparing 2K to the previous wrestling games that we've had in the past, and I do that a lot. A lot of people do that, and for good reason, for good reason. But we did a lot of those comparisons to the older games, but I'm kind of off of that now. I rate this game based off of how I feel about the other games that I have in my collection now. And how when I play those games, there's something to come back to. There's a level of excitement with those games. I never get bored. I can play those games, complete those games, go back to those games after some point in time, and I never feel like it's a chore. I never feel like it's a chore. In some ways, if this game was like just everything for me, I would buy the DLC with that Bray Wyatt pack. I probably would buy it if I was still playing this game, still enjoying this game. If there was something to come back to. But as I've seen as we all have seen, depending on who you are, I can't speak for everybody, but for people like me, what we've seen is when these new DLC packs come out, we play with these characters for a while. It's fun to see their Titantron. It's fun to see how good the player model looks. So you do a couple exhibition matches and it feels fun. It feels great. Like it was awesome using Jade Cargill for the last DLC pack that released. It's so fun using her for like 5 matches. And I just kind of hit a wall with the game. I was like, okay, and now I'm done. And that's it. I feel like that's going to happen again with the DLC for the WCW pack, the last pack that is coming out next month. But it's just, that's 2K. This is a franchise that is very dull. This is a franchise that when they do add something, it's all hype. There's no substance behind it. I've said, historically on my channel, I've said that they half-ass everything, which they do. They make things look really good. They make it sound like it's going to be awesome, and then it's half-ass. When they brought promos in, Promos were half-assed. It was cool to hear about it. It was cool to see clips of it. But then when you actually got the game in hand and you experienced promos, it was like, oh, this is it. And that's what 2K does a lot. It's a lot of, oh, nice attempt, but eh, you know. But on the other side of things, and even though I don't play this game anymore, I still always give credit to NBA 2K for the things that they add in for the offline player. I'm not talking about the my career, my part guys. For the offline players who play the season mode, you know, the my NBA, my eras is what it is now. You know, you pick your favorite team or you pick a team and you want to, like, you know, make a bad franchise into a good franchise. Like, they still do put a lot of care into those modes to a degree. You know, a lot of, you can make the argument that they, you know, they're kind of stagnant now. They only do like little updates, but they've done a lot so far for everything to just be, for everything to at least be good, not decent, but good in NBA 2K. I can't say the same thing for WWE 2K. You know, I knew once they had a price to the Bray Wyatt DLC pack, I already knew I wasn't going to get it. But entertaining the idea, and I don't even know if I'm using the right word for that, because I was never going to buy it, and I'm not going to buy it. But I would think about, if I did, right, if I did get the DLC, and say if I was like, okay, maybe I can add the Fiend into like a universe mode or something like that. You know, I snap back to reality and I remember, well, universe mode is boring and bland and lifeless. You know, oh, I could use Bray Wyatt and, you know, just play in exhibition matches. Exhibition matches, over time, it gets boring and lifeless. You know, it's a very, 2K is a very hard game over time to really describe, even though we've all said it. You guys have talked about issues in the comments. I've talked about issues in videos. But even when talking about those issues, it really is hard to pinpoint exactly what is wrong with this franchise. When you look at it, it looks great. Like this gameplay footage right now, it looks absolutely phenomenal. Looks like Roman Reigns. It looks like Cody Rhodes. The details in Cody's ring tights. The shine from the, you know, onto the certain materials that shine a certain way, like if it's like leather, it looks fantastic. The crowd looks great. The environment looks great. And then you play it and it's like, and even then the gameplay isn't like the worst thing ever, but it's also missing a lot. It's just, it really just is lifeless. And really, that's the main reason why I'm making this video. It has a lot to do with why I'm not getting the Bray Wyatt pack, why I'm not spending money for it. You know, if anybody wants to spend the money on it, if you're having fun, then look, all power to you. I'm happy for anybody who's having fun with this game. Don't let anybody change your opinion. Don't, especially mine. But, you know, I was watching videos and people, you know, who were saying that it should be free, which I do think that it should be free, especially if you bought the deluxe edition or the 40 Years of WrestleMania edition, or even the season pass. I think the only people that should have to pay for this game are the people who just bought the game and didn't want to spend the extra money on the DLC packs. But I don't know, man. This franchise is just, I don't know, but I seen videos of people talking like that, you know, saying, oh, it should be free. Once the DLC came out, now their tune is a little bit different. They're a little more excited about it. And, you know, you're not really getting a lot. You're not really getting a lot, man. You're getting a new Uncle Howdy, but he's already in the game. You're getting a Fiend, but the Fiend is already in the game. It's just the new version of the Fiend. I think the Fiend is already in this game, if I'm not mistaken, because that's how much I use the old school wrestlers. But I know there's a bunch of different Bray Wyatts, but I'm pretty sure the regular Fiend is in this game. But this is just getting his version that he never got to. Sadly, because he passed away, he never got to use the look that you can buy now. And then it comes with like an action figure version of Bray Wyatt. And then there's some My Faction stuff that a lot of people really don't care about that they continue to try to push. So, you're paying $10 for characters who are already in the game. And if you're somebody like me who doesn't really care for the action figure version of the wrestler, you don't really play with that, then it's no need. It's not worth it. It's just not worth it at all. Yeah, man. This franchise, man, I don't know. It is already losing me. This year, I think kind of broke me is a very strong word. I'm not going to say it broke me, but it did take me to that limit to where this could potentially be the last 2K that I at least pay for full price. I think going forward, and this is mainly if the other wrestling games that come out don't do well. I definitely see myself in the future waiting to buy a 2K going forward. Long gone are going to be the days of me spending $75 for this game. That's long gone. Because I see it like this: when this game does go on sale, like every year, like it does, because they're like you usually can find 2K for like $30 around like what was it, like Black Friday. Do that, and then you spend like $30 for the DLC. That's if you want it, but yeah, I don't see myself getting this game immediately because we just continue to get bamboozled, and there's never any sign of real change. Fans have great ideas. Fans have all of these wish lists. I'm even seeing wish lists go around now on Reddit, on YouTube. I'm already seeing people put out content, put out things of like, oh, this is what I want for 2K. This is what I want for, hopefully they can add this in universe mode. And sometimes, I don't want to burst anybody's bubble, so I shut up. But a lot of the times I want to tell them, like, guys, you can keep wanting this laundry list of great ideas, but 2K will never implement them. It's hard for them to even add in a cutscene for a promo, which that doesn't make any sense. We're not asking them to do promos the way they did them before because they were terrible before. Let's be honest. They turned promos into like a mini game, and it's like, no, it works better if it's a cutscene. And just let me choose how that cutscene is going to develop. Is it going to be a promo that's interrupted? Is it going to be a promo that where the guy or the girl can just talk in the ring by themselves uninterrupted? Maybe they come back from an injury. Maybe it's a legend that you want to add to universe mode, and you give them the opportunity to come out and speak to the fans and say that they're happy that they're back. Give options for promos to happen in the backstage area, the locker room, parking lot. But that's too difficult for them. Or they just don't care. It's either too difficult or they don't care or both. So I for one, I've kind of had it with this game, to say the least. I really have. It just, it is what it is. But since I paid for the season pass, I'm definitely going to utilize the characters that come with it. We'll see how long that lasts. To be honest with you, we'll see how long that lasts because this game's longevity is just not good. It gets old super fast, man. Super fast. It gets old. And yeah. But I think that's about it, man. This match is over, and that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about on like just why I have not and will not purchase the Bray Wyatt pack. Sadly, if I didn't already have the season pass included with this game, I probably wouldn't even buy the WCW pack just because I'm so done with the game. I'm so done. It is very disappointing because I just on looks alone, this looks like a game that I should like want to be playing all the time because I'm such a huge wrestling fan, man. Wrestling is all over my channel. That's why I kind of like changed it towards the majority of all of it being wrestling related because so much of me is about wrestling. My action figure collection, the vast majority of it is wrestling. I have other stuff, but it's mostly wrestling stuff. And wrestling games. You guys saw my video, and if you haven't, if you're new to the channel, I did a video and I showed all the wrestling games that I have, like the physical copy ones that I still have. And there were in that video I mentioned how there's wrestling games that I have on my PlayStation in my library that just aren't downloaded on because I've had it for like years, like 2K16, 15, Fire Pro Wrestling. Like I got a lot of wrestling games on my console. I love wrestling. I always have since I was a kid, and this should be like a dream, but it is not. And yeah, so sorry guys, man. I will not buy the Bray Wyatt pack. Not doing it. Uh, the next DLC is because it's included, and I will do a video on it, and I will do some matches and upload some matches. I still got more matches to upload that I uploaded back when I was really having fun with the game. So a lot of the videos that you guys are seeing now that I upload are when I was actually enjoying playing these exhibition matches. It was really fun. But again, like it doesn't last. It just doesn't last, man. And I want more content creators to start talking like this. I'm talking about the ones that get flown out to play the game, the next makers or whatever. I want them to start talking like this because you can even see it on their channels. Now, I don't want to say any names, even though I'm not saying anything bad or negative about these content creators that I don't want to mention because I like them. I've even noticed that with their channels, they do less about 2K, more so and way faster than in previous when they first started like their YouTube channel. Like when they first started, they would talk about 2K pretty much all the way up until the next one was getting ready to come out. Now you see that content kind of dwindle and they talk about wrestling and they talk about other things, but 2K, it's very rare. Kind of like how it is with me. You know what I mean? Like I got an action figure video coming up next. I don't even have a 2K video ready to roll out. I have one ready to roll out, but my next video after this most likely will be a new action figure video because I picked up some new stuff. But yeah, guys, that's how I feel, man. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I just needed to get that off my chest. Again, I'm always inspired to make these videos. It's always coming from a place of like, I'll hear some chatter and I'm like, you know what? I want to talk about this topic. I don't want to just kind of leave my subscribers empty handed on knowing what I feel about this DLC and all that other stuff. But yeah, again, this video is things that I've talked about before. So this is kind of like one of those broken record videos, but I just needed to get it out that like, look, this is why I'm not getting this Bray Wyatt pack. And this game I'm just burnt out from this game. I'm about to cut this off and play Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. So it's all good, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, man. Be on the lookout for my action figure video coming up. And yeah, it's your boy Soul Drum 86, and I'm out. Peace.